Hailing from the East, it is your boy Dan the Beast 94 here, coming back at you with another installment of 6 questions. Why 6 questions? Because that's the mark of the beast. Now, I really appreciate all these questions that you guys, that I received from you guys this past week. Very hard to narrow it down to the 6 I want to answer here on camera, but I'm just gonna pick random 6 right off the rip. And this will be my last video till 2021. So probably like in another couple days I'll make another video. Almost got you there, huh? Alright, so let's get on with the first question here. The first question here comes from Terry Joe. He says, "Hey Dan, question for you. Uh, if HBK neither lost his smile and did in fact wrestle Brett at WrestleMania 13, what would you have done with Austin and Taker and Ced on the card?" Um, which leads me back to last week's question about HBK and Razor. If Razor would have stayed with the WWF in '96, um, I think they would have had one more ladder match at the 1996 Survivor Series match, since they both uh, won a ladder match respectively for the Intercontinental Championship. Um, I think it would have narrowed it down to the same path Ced went down, as Ced was brought back to the WWF. He beat Shawn at the Survivor Series for the WWE Championship. Um, I would have had Razor take that same path, have him win the WWF Championship at Survivor Series in the ladder match. That would have been the third and final ladder match between those two. After that, go on to the Royal Rumble, have Shawn regain the WWE Championship, and then have Razor face Undertaker at WrestleMania 13. And then what I would have done with Austin, I think I would have put him in the main event along with Shawn and Brett and make it a triple threat match. And Ced, I probably would have just left off the card, because let's put it this way. Ced was just a last minute, he was practically an emergency. He was that spare tire. He was like, oh shit, with Brett being out, they kind of really needed that top tier talent. And with Diesel not being around anymore and Razor not being around anymore, Ced was pretty much the last option, and WWF brought him back. So, in my wrestling reality or fantasy, I should say, I would have never brought Ced back. I think I would have just worked it out with Razor versus Undertaker and Brett, Austin, and HBK in a triple threat match at WrestleMania 13. All right, going on to the next question. Next question comes from MarkBoy316. He says, "Who do you see as a breakout star in WWE, AEW, and Impact for 2021?" First of all, Happy New Year, guys. So, in case I don't say it later on, I want to wish everybody here a Happy New Year. WWE, I'll get to that in a second. AEW, I am not going to lie, I was going to say Brody Lee. But unfortunately, with his passing, that's no longer an option. So, I kind of narrowed it down to 2. And I believe it's either going to be Darby Allin or Adam Page. It's got to be one of those 2. If anything, I think Darby's going down the right route at the moment, so possibly Darby Allin. And, I'm only saying that because I've been watching him throughout the indie scene, especially for Northeast Wrestling. And he was Northeast Wrestling champion back in the summer of 2019. So I think if anybody has a good chance of being that breakout star, I think it'll be Darby Allin, especially under the wing of Sting now, or what it looks like it's going to be. We'll see. You never know. Impact Wrestling, Chris Bay. I love him as a performer. Fellow YouTuber. as he was once one of us, reviewing DVDs, doing DVD unboxings, and now here he is living a dream. So kudos to him, and I think he has a lot of potential going into 2021. WWE wise, you know what? It's hard to tell. Um, if I really want to see a breakout superstar in 2021, it would have to be Keith Lee. So going on to the next question here by Tim Miller. He says, I have another question, and I was curious to get your thoughts on John Cena and Edge. Edge's rivalry back in 2006. I think it was legendary and really helped both guys. I really think so too. I really think it did help both individuals, but I think it really elevated Edge's career um, to the heights where he should have been at. Because let's put it this way, he was basically on the same pedestal for the past 2 or 3 years prior to this rivalry between between himself and Cena. Because Ed was in the same predicament since late 2001 after breaking up with Christian, or since they, that tag team split, I should say. Um, yeah, I mean, Edge was mainly on the high mid card or tag division, and then obviously he was out with an injury in 2003. 2004 he came back, but he really started to elevate himself by 2005 when he received the Money in the Bank briefcase. First ever winner of the Money in the Bank briefcase. And then he cashed it in at the 2006 New Year's Revolution pay-per-view, and then we really saw what, that that briefcase was capable about, so. And then Edge introduced the rated R gimmick, and basically everything else was this history. I think it really helped John, but I really don't think it pushed him to that next level because by 2005 he was already big. I don't really think he needed any extended help. So, but I really think it elevated and catapulted Edge's career to the peak where it belonged for like the past 4 years prior to that. But I like that rivalry, especially their match at Unforgiven 2006. Fucking epic. Going on to the next question by True Blue Paladin. Who are your top 5 ROH World Champions? Top. Let me see. Number one, I guess I'll go in chronological order here. Number one, definitely Nigel McGuinness. Number 2 would have to be CM Punk. Number 3, in modern time, probably Matt Taven. Number 4, Jay Briscoe. Actually, no. Number 4, Kevin Steen. Number 5, Jay Briscoe. Going on to the next question here by AW4 Life. Rank each member of the Radicals from their 2000-2001 gimmick. I mean, that's pretty much easy. Benoit, Guerrero, Malenko, Saturn. As much as I like Malenko, I just think he was really too small. I don't really think he would have fit as a main event superstar. Benoit and Guerrero, on the other hand, they had that stature, so definitely had that physique to become main event players. Saturn, he was just on a different fucking planet, probably Planet Stasiak, giving a hand job to his mop. Yeah. Going on to my final question. It is going to be from White Stoner 420. If you had to pick, who would you pick to be WWE champion that never got to hold the WWE title? That question kind of stumbled with me this past week, but after going through some 2002 Raw episodes and 2002 pay-per-views with the DVD Freak, leading into 2003. Um, well, this is the WWE title, so this is kind of different. Honestly, I think one person who probably should have held it at least once, probably Benoit. I mean, yeah, I know he was World Heavyweight Champion, but this is WWE. This is the WWE title that we're talking about, and you really got to talk about the clinic of matches that Benoit and Kurt Angle put themselves through throughout 2001, 2002, even 2003. So I think if there was anybody who was capable of becoming WWE champion who never received that opportunity of holding that belt, I would definitely have to give it to Benoit. And I think he would have been a top tier main eventer on the SmackDown brand rather than he was on Raw. Because by the time he came back to SmackDown in 2005, he was mainly in the upper mid card. Never really received a World Heavyweight Championship shot again until 2007, where he basically got, I guess you would say, demoted to ECW. Even though I think it was around that time where his career was starting to wind down, and I think WWE was looking to pursue something else with Benoit outside of wrestling. So I think they only sent him down there to ECW to put younger talent over, like CM Punk, Elijah Burke, and so on. So that was pretty much the last opportunity Benoit had at receiving a world title, in which he was supposed to win the ECW world title. But this is under a WWE banner, so it was pretty much shit. But I would definitely have given the belt to Benoit. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any questions that you would like me to answer for next week's 6 questions, leave them in the comment section down below. And I'll be happy to pick out what I would consider the best 6 questions, or my favorite 6 questions. So be sure to hit that like button, leave your comments in the comment section down below, and subscribe, especially if you're going to be watching my videos and you're not subscribed. What are you doing? Hit that button and subscribe to the Pro Wrestle Zone podcast. And until next time, The Beast 94, signing off.